Well, well, well. Welcome everybody to Saturday's live stream. I hope everybody is doing well today. So this is part 2 of a little game we've been playing. I did a last video a couple days ago, and if you haven't seen that, I would recommend you go back and watch part 1 so you can see how we got here. But effectively, the whole purpose of the video is to try to make Italy competent and to have a little fun. I think Italy has a pretty awesome focus tree. Post was it By Blood Alone? That was the DLC. Yes, and so it's pretty fun to have a little competent Italy game. So anyways, that's what we've been doing. So quick little run around of where we've been here. So early on we took on the Balkans, and we took out Yugoslavia and Romania, and kind of building up a little Mediterranean empire here. When the war kicked off, we moved in quick, took what we needed in France, more or less. I mean, I would have liked to have grabbed up Corsica, but it is what it is. We moved quickly through North Africa here, secured the Suez, so that's great. We also took Malta, which is really good. We've been denying the British Navy ports in the Mediterranean, and we've been absolutely dumpstering their Navy. We've absolutely destroyed it. Yeah, our ships are old and out of date, but we've got a couple modern carriers and some good radars, so I think that's making the difference, honestly. And the British, they're not doing so well. They've got 155 ships left out of, like, I want to say they had like 300, 400 when you start the game. So, I mean, they just keep sending fleet after fleet into the Mediterranean, and we keep, we keep sinking them to the bottom. So, anyway, things are going pretty well. I think the Germans are going to be going in on the Soviet Union here in the next 6 months or so. So we've got a few things we need to do, and one of which is we're going to be starting a campaign into Greece, knock Greece out. That won't be hard. That won't be hard at all. And then we're going to need to do a couple other things. We need to take Cyprus. They've got a base there still, decent garrison, and we're just trying to deny the Royal Navy more ports to base their fleet at. And then we also need to grab Gibraltar. That's a must, because we need to shut the Med. Once we shut the Med, this will be our lake, little Mare Nostrum, and we'll be able to do whatever we really want. We might move for kind of a Roman Empire play. I don't know. I'd love to knock the United Kingdom out of the war and win the war, but we'll just see. Once we take Gibraltar, we might have some options to move the fleet up to France and see if we can get some naval invasions in. Not really sure. Hey, good question, Jan. Isn't Italy technically a major power? Technically. I would say they're like a middling power. And what I mean by that is, like, they have some things that make them major, but a lot of things that kind of hold them back as a minor power. Their industry, for instance, and their technology definitely makes them a minor power. And the resources when they start out. But they've got a lot of potential, so if you move quickly, you can really seize a lot of territory in the Med and move them up to a major power status. So, all right, let's go ahead and see what we need to work on here. I just need to update my Mayos here. Okay, cool. Yeah, so what we were hoping to do is get down to mass production. So let's go ahead and grab that. I like the Mayo concept, but in practice, I don't know, it is kind of a pain to have to go through here and do all of these, frankly. You can queue them up and everything, and that does help a little bit, but particularly in a live stream, it's not all that fun to watch. Okay, so we are lacking a tremendous amount of steel. That is a problem, so we need to sort that out ASAP. It could be that we've paused the game and it hasn't had an hour to tick by. We were trading with Sweden. They may have embargoes. I don't know. Let me check that. Yeah, no, they're still there. We're going to trade for all the steel we need to Sweden. All right, so next up, let's go ahead and see what we want to grab. We're getting the war with Greece. That's going to give us a war goal in 35 days, so we'll wait for that to finish up. I don't think we have anything else. How else are we doing on resources? We're looking good on tungsten and rubber, more or less. All right. So I've got the Navy out, I've got the submarines out, convoy raiding, and I do have the main Navy out doing strike force. So it looks like we've caught the British Navy. I don't think they have many screens. Oh, that was a quick fight. Oh, they must have immediately retreated. So we've been absolutely destroying all of their screening ships. So eventually we're going to catch their carrier fleet. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some better rubber processing. Yeah, you always need more rubber, particularly late game. Actually, let's see. Where am I with my research? I think I've just finished up. I can get some better planes going here. Let's do that. Let's build a better fighter, shall we? Do we have? We should have heavy machine guns. Great. So let's go ahead and stack some heavy machine guns in here. One of the best engine we can put on there. Let's instead go. We'll put some armor plates on here and extra fuel tanks. That'll be great. We do have a little bit more thrust here. I'm thinking we go ahead and stick another heavy machine gun here. We're just going to deck this thing out. We can still technically take off with this plane, and it's going to have a tremendous amount of air attack and a decent amount of defense. Agility took a little bit of a hit, but I think overall this is a pretty solid design. This should be more than enough. And if we're going to potentially invade the United Kingdom, we're going to need some fighter fighters. All right, cool. So that's sorted. Let me see here. So basically what's happened, we have Sebastiano's army down here south. We're going to stay on this line. We have all of the supply hubs down here in Africa. I guess the Sudan area by Khartoum. So the British have no supply, and I haven't called Italian East Africa in, so they're not able to go around here. So let me see. I think these guys will be fine down there. I do have Blue Army here in northern Egypt. Basically, their whole purpose being down here is once the British go in on Iraq and Iraq joins the Axis, I want to send this army to help them out. That way they don't get capitulated and we get British Iraq, which is a real pain in the ass. All right. Well, let's get going. We'll wait for that focus to finish up on Greece. We'll knock them out with our Mountaineers. If you're wondering what I'm rocking currently, I need to wait for a little bit more army experience. I'm going to bump these Mountaineers up to 25 combat width. And that should be more than sufficient in what we need. Oh, I don't want... we want artillery. Great. Okay. Let's go ahead and give these guys a little bit of training, too. And then as for our main infantry, this is currently the template that I'm using, just a basic 18 width infantry. It's just a pretty solid infantry block here. It gives you a decent amount of defense and a little bit of piercing and attack with this anti-air here, so should be everything you need. And then we do have some port guards that are manning all of our ports, so just basic 12 width infantry here. It looks like our subs have caught the British Navy. There's 50 ships out here, so it looks like our fleet is going to intercept. Nope, they were too slow. That really sucks because we do have the radar stations built around the Med now, so we should be getting a little bit more spotting, but we just developed better radar, so let's go ahead and upgrade these guys. I do like radar. Okay, I'm thinking once we take out Greece, we'll then get some naval invasions going to Gibraltar. Let's see here. So we've got Ubaldo's army here. So let's go ahead. Actually, you boys will be fine for, I think, that invasion. Let's go ahead and give you a little training first. Okay, we're currently working on torpedo cruisers right now with our naval facility. Okay, so we can decide, do we want to have strength as our torpedoes, or do we want to say weakness as destroyers? So, I think we go in with the strength of torpedoes. I mean, Italian torpedoes are pretty well known for being decent, so let's go ahead and do that. And while I'm here, we've just completed before we're in the end of the last live stream development of our super heavy battleship. Not that we need it, honestly. We still have all of our original battleships that we started out with, but you know, why not? We have the text. We do get a free template design out of this. Let's go ahead and just make this thing as useful as we can. With the best technology we have, it's going to be super expensive and ridiculous, but that's the whole purpose of a super heavy battleship. We'll put CRDA on here as the Mayo. Super heavy battery. More anti-air. I think I'll put another secondary battery and some more anti-air. Do we want... let's get some catapults on here. Should be more than sufficient. Kobus, hello. Welcome to the stream. I mean, this is going to be more than sufficient for anything that we're going to be needing it for, honestly. Let's go ahead and get a couple of those boys in production. Not that we need them, but it's just fun to have. The RN Roma and the Imperial. I think I can cut production on some of these other ships. We're doing really well with our cruiser and destroyer fleet. I also need to update our destroyers, but that's something for a little bit later. Oh, look at that. I wasn't even paying attention, chat. Oh my goodness. So apparently we did catch their carrier fleet. So yeah, we've destroyed all their screens, and you can see here we caught them. So we sunk the Hermes and the Ark Royal, both carriers. A converted carrier and a 36 carrier, and then 3 battleships. Not too bad, not too shabby. Lost 2 subs, but whatever. That's fine. Destroyed 9 Polish destroyers. You know, without the Poles get into the Mediterranean, I guess they're based. My gosh, This is going quick now. It's hard to keep my eyes on all the combat engagements with the Navy here, but they've lost 2 cruisers, 2 heavy cruisers, 11 light cruisers, 16 destroyers. Yeah, yeah. I don't think the British are going to have a Navy here soon, so it works for me. They'll just make that sea line a little bit easier. And we do have a pretty good idea what they're up to. Looks like they're doing convoy escorts and convoy raiding currently. Yeah, Turkey's not going to get anything from us. All right. I think we're about ready to go in on Greece here. So let me make sure that we are all set here. Let's go ahead and stop exercising. Give these boys a couple days to get their stamina back. General safety precautions on the helicopter is fine. All right, let's pick our next focus, and then we're going to war against Greece. What do we want? What do we want? We're doing decent with the Navy. We've got a decent Air Force now. The Army is, well, the Italian Army. It's okay. It's okay. I'm thinking maybe what we do is we follow up our war with Greece with claims on Turkey. Why not? Try to knock them out before they join the Allies anyway. Do we want... So this is our submarine Mayo. Do we want more stealth, or do we want more supremacy with more torpedo attack? I think I'm probably leaning towards stealth, honestly. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and move some planes over to assist. Yeah, this will be good enough. Cool. And who do we have here as well? Okay, great. All right. Air crash. Fantastic. So, but he did survive, and he got a new trade out of it. That's great. Okay. I'm gonna probably not micro grease too much, honestly. I mean, once you kind of break through here, we can entrap them. Try to get down to the ports. Grab the airbase. Get down to Thessaloniki. No worries, Kobus. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, we get down to Larissa. The problem is you get down kind of like southern Greece here, the supply does get pretty bad, but that's fine. German Reich grants Bulgarian occupation. Yeah, we don't really have the Dorjud. Where's that region? Where is it? Oh, okay, in Romania. Yeah, that's fine. I don't really give a crap, honestly. There aren't any resources there anyways. As long as we keep Bucharest, then I'm happy with that. Alright, the cruiser's ready. I mean, they really don't have much, honestly. We have complete green air, so not really much micro needed in Greece. We do have to take all of these islands, though, which is kind of a pain, but it's fine. And the thing that's always been the thing since HOI4 launched, like 10 years ago, the peninsulas that still break the front lines. I hate that. I hate it so much. Paradox, I don't know why you have not coded that and fixed that after all these years. I could not tell you, but come on, guys. Such a pain in the butt. Sure. Do you guys want to join the war? Why not? Yeah, we're just denying the British more naval bases too, which is great. I have not been paying attention to the naval engagements, but they're going fine. Alright, we got the war goal on Turkey. Let's see what we're going to follow that up with real quick. Greece is almost dead. I don't really care about the islands all that much. We could just go in on against Franco in Spain and take Spain for ourselves. You know what? I haven't done it yet. Let's just go ahead and start strengthening the regime. That we can get down here and decide if we want to go Greater Italy or Mare Nostrum. Thanks. Yeah, Mateo. Yeah, I've tried to be successful. This could all go tits up. We don't really know, but it's going pretty well right now. Yeah, Mussolini was an idiot. Well, it didn't obviously work out well for him. Strung up by with his mistress on a lamppost. Yeah, Italy definitely wasn't ready for World War II, but effectively, like, by the spring of 40, they'd seen the German successes already, and they basically said, hey, you know what? The Germans are going to win the war, and we don't want to be left out when the peace conference hits, and we want to grab some of the British holdings in the Med, so we're going to join the war that we're all but certainly going to win, and, you know, take that in the peace conference, and, well, the rest is history, I guess. Didn't work out so well for them. He would. He would definitely send 200,000 troops to Malta and still lose. I would say the Italian AI does a pretty good job of representing the actual Mussolini. Oh, yeah, they have one carrier left. It's retreating. 10 more destroyers down. Yeah, I don't think the British have any screens left. Quite frankly. Get down to Kalmata. And that... They should cap. Come on, boys. Yeah, it's just mountainous. Alright. Okay, they have not capped, but that's alright. Let's go ahead and use the most cursed thing ever, and we're going to plan some naval invasions of our mountaineers. Alright, I haven't been paying attention to my research. I better do that. Let's go ahead and get some better infantry equipment, and might as well do some better anti-air. We do have anti-air on all of our units. Yeah, I would say so as well. HOI is definitely worth $50 now. I mean, it's... When it launched back in 16, it definitely wasn't, but with... They've mostly had good DLC launches, I would say. I mean, there's been some real stinkers, like Trial of Allegiance, for instance. And this last one was pretty bad, too. But overall, I think you get a lot of value out of HOI. And the devs, they do try their best to try to keep it relevant. But the game is starting to show its age. So I think that's going to be a real problem for Paradox is, you know, HOI4 is... I mean, you can look at the concurrent players that are playing any day, and it's pretty damn high. So if they ever decide to go with, you know, build out Hearts of Iron 5, they're going to have a hell of, you know, an issue to contend with, because they're going to have to try to at least match HOI4 with its current capabilities and then exceed that, which is, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. Yeah, Mussolini did pretty badly in Ethiopia. Pretty badly indeed. I mean, they were still able to eke out a win in the end, but just barely. But then again, I mean, you know, they're talking about, like, armed tribesmen, and they didn't have an air force. So, you know, is what it is. Yeah, they didn't have tanks either, but the Italian tanks were crap. Oh, shit. Oh, guys, look at that. It's beautiful. Ah, it's going to bring a tear to my eye. Ah, we destroyed 4 British carriers. The Illustrious, the Eagle, the Furious, and the Courageous. Including, which one was the Pride of the Fleet? We already destroyed the Hood, so they had to assign the Pride of the Fleet to, it looks like, one of the carriers here. They also destroyed a heavy cruiser, 3 British destroyers. Oh my gosh. It's just, it's gorgeous. Okay. I don't think they have too many carriers left. Let's check. So the British have a navy of around 70 to 89 ships. They have 1 carrier left. They have hardly any screens. Oh, it's gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, okay. All right, so this is the thing we were waiting for. So Britain has gone in on Iraq, or they will any minute here. Iraq has joined the Axis, so we're going to go ahead and send Blue Army down here in Egypt to Iraq to try to help them out so they don't die. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm surprised Churchill hasn't been kicked out of office yet. But we're going to be coming for Gibraltar here pretty soon. We need Gibraltar and we need Cyprus, and then they should pretty much be kicked out of here. What do you want, Mussolini? So we need to increase the fuel reserves. I thought we'd already done that. We need to... Okay, what's an army department? We could do that. How are we looking on everything else? We still need more steel. We're just trading so many factories. I really need to get my steel production up. But let's go ahead and build some more synthetic refineries. Could never have too many of those. And I'm actually going to build some what are these fuel silos. I never do that, but whatever. Okay. Let's go ahead and give these boys some air cover as well. Alright, we're about to take Kuwait, knock the British out of here. We will have to station some troops down here because, you know, it's not if but when the British and usually the Australians are going to launch naval invasion after naval invasion to Basra. And the AI is pretty stupid. It's the Axis AI. They won't guard those ports. I have a challenge. Beat HOI1 and HOI4 at the same time. I don't even know what that would look like, but having played HOI1 so long ago, that would be quite a ordeal. That would be painful. They dumped a lot of Marines, a lot of infantry down here. But they can't reinforce, and they can't, for whatever reason, they're not able to leave. So they're just completely getting obliterated. Alright. Cool. Alright, let's go ahead and we've unlocked some more doctrines. Great. We're looking all right. Let's go ahead and get the Navy ready. We're going to need to do naval invasions here. Let's go ahead and set them to naval invasion. And we'll just have our Mountaineers go. Let's see. I don't know if anyone's home. Yeah, they have a few troops. That's fine. Should be able to break these guys. Mountaineer against Mountaineer. Maybe. Actually, maybe not, but doesn't matter. Alright, there goes Greece. And Kuwait has just popped as well. Cool. So I think... Do I have enough... Yeah, I think I have enough port guards. Let's go ahead and use these guys to garrison. That should be sufficient. And then I'm going to go ahead and put Blue Army up here on the Turkish border, because we do have that war goal against Turkey, and they're next on the chopping block. Let's take you boys, and we're gonna do some naval invasions here. Alright, so that's good there. I'm guessing what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and keep going down the focus tree, the strengthen regime here. So the next focus here, we do get some more political power gain, not that we really need it. But we're getting a lot more monthly population for whatever, what is that, like 730 days. That'll be good. Gulf War moment, indeed. The Kuwaitis are no more. But the British are going to come in on Iran with the... Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So the Soviets and the British are going to go in on Iran here in like another few months. Shortly after Germany goes Barbarossa. And we're going to have to deal with that as well. So I may need to speed up my invasion plans. I think I do, actually. Let's go ahead. Can I make it from Naples to Gibraltar? Yes, I can. All right. All right, we'll take Gibraltar, and then we can look at what we want to do to sort out the British issue. I would love to knock the British out before the Americans join, but it's already February of 41, so that might have already sailed. I don't really know. Actually, how are we looking on stockpiles? Looking pretty good, actually. Can always use more fighters, more CAS. Cass is king. Yeah, and I still haven't called Italian East Africa in, so the AI is like, I don't know what to do with this. One thing I did forget about, though, there's a port down here that you need to garrison. And I always forget to put a port guard there. I'll be damned. So Italian Greece has some holdings up here in Thrace. Huh. Interesting. All right, so we'll finish off the Greeks because they definitely have a few troops up here in the Aegean Islands. We'll take Cyprus next, and then we'll go in on the Turks at the same time we're attacking Gibraltar, and that should pretty much be the end of it. Cool. We have successfully expanded our fuel reserves. Not that we need it. We have forced labor in Romania, so we are just absolutely milking this place of oil. We're getting 95 oil out of there. All right, let's get some better anti-air. Unlock some new doctrines. Oh, I thought we already... Okay, finishing our... One thing I don't like about the Italians in HOI4 is that your advisors are okay, but like when you're coming to your chief of your army, air force, and navy, they just don't accrue the experience points like somebody like, you know, Germany does, or the Soviet Union, or America. It just takes forever to get through your doctrines, even sending volunteers all over the world. I don't think we need heavy ships, honestly. We already have our super heavy battleships. We could probably do for some better subs, though. So we've destroyed so many British ships that I wouldn't be too surprised if the Germans try to do a Sea Lion. They'll often do that now post Götterdämmerung update if they see an opportunity. All right, let's go ahead and I think these boys are still on naval invasion support. Great. And I heard we have some naval invasions in Egypt. I wonder if they're trying to take a port down here. Oh, you know what I didn't do? That was a dumb move. There's a port down here that you need to garrison, by the way. All right, torpedo cruisers are done. We're making landings in the Aegeans. All right, yep. This is pretty much all she wrote for the Greeks. Cool. All right, let's see what we want to do next on the focus tree. We really don't need anything, honestly. We'll just keep going down. Strengthen the regime. Get some more political power, ideology, drift, defense, some more Brown Party support. All the things. Is there anything else? I mean, we're getting a decent amount of naval experience points, but I don't think we really need anything. Where is the rest of my port guards? Are they shipping? Oh, they're shipping in elsewhere. Lovely. All right, let's go ahead and move you boys up here. The rest of our mountaineers, you're going to be useful. Red Army, let's get you guys ready for some naval invasions yourself. Do we want to attack through Izmir? I don't know. It's probably going to be very defended. Maybe Anatolia? Yeah, we'll do this and see if it works for us. It may not. All right. All right, I think we're ready to take out Gibraltar finally. So let's go ahead and get these boys going. All right, the fleet's off. Troops have launched from Naples. All right, improved. Sorry, I just want to check this real quick here. Let's get some better guns. You can never have too much artillery. It is a long trip from Naples, but Our troops are on their way. Now, before we go in on the British Isles, we might want to consider... I don't think I have it, but we might want to consider getting some Marines researched. Just makes it a little bit easier to do some naval invasions. Looks like we were caught by some Dutch subs. What are you guys doing? Why are you going back to port? Oh my god. That was the... Well, it's going to work out for us in the end anyway, I think. Doesn't seem to be anyone home at Gibraltar. I had the other naval invasions set up over in Anatolia, so the fleet's like, oh, we better get over there and help those guys, despite the fact that I didn't engage that order. Unfortunately, because the fleet left, our troops here are getting attacked by Dutch subs. Or at least they're trying to. Alright, I think they're finally going to land now. Alright, great. We've taken Gibraltar. The fall of Gibraltar. Italy appears to be in control of Gibraltar, has been reported as heavy fighting around the rock and the harbor. Occasional explosions are still heard from the military tunnels running deep underneath the rock. Another conquest for Italy. Okay, so effectively what we've done here is we completely shut off the Mediterranean to anyone. So there is a British fleet here still, most likely here at Cyprus. I think that's their only port left. So yeah, but they're not getting reinforcements. Now, I'd assume submarines can still, I believe they can still pass underneath here. So we might still have to deal with that, but it is what it is. Alright, let's go ahead and garrison Gibraltar. And let's put a couple units here. What do we want? I'm thinking we just got mechanized. Italy's not really a mechanized or a tank kind of focused country in my opinion, so I don't know. I mean, we can make some mechs, that's fine. Let's go ahead and maybe queue up some mills here. Mechs could be useful when we invade the UK. Alright. Blue Army is ready for the eastern invasion of Turkey. All right. So I'm thinking, chat, maybe it might be worth us going for the Roman Empire formation, or forming a Rome. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry, I'm very tired. For those of you who don't know, I recently became a father, and so I'm working on about 2 or 3 hours of sleep average every day. So it's a thing. Well, it looks like, actually, if I come over here, it looks like Germany did the thing. They always do this. They always take the Isle of Man. But what this is telling me is that we've destroyed enough of the British ships that Germany's actually able to project a little bit of naval dominance out here. Even with their crappy fleet. They're going in on the Soviet Union here very soon, though. So they've got 85 ships, which is decent. Yeah, they're going to want us to join, too. And I have really no interest in helping them out, at least initially. We need to take Turkey out first. I think once we do that, we'll be in a good position to maybe help strike into the Caucasus. But honestly, Germany's kind of on their own, frankly, so... Where is my fleet? There they are. Okay, great. Alright, Germany's done the thing. Let's go ahead and declare war on Turkey. And we'll start our invasions. So they're trying to push into the Aegean here, but we have decent mountaineers, so it's not really working too well for them. Now, they might actually take roads. We just have port guard here. We'll be alright. Let's go ahead and... we've lost air supremacy, briefly. Let's go ahead and get some more fighters. They're not trained. I hate that, but... we're starting to make landings here. Support these guys, see if we can break that port. We need that port for supply. This is mountains down here, and it's a little tough to break these tiles. But I think we're going to do it. I think we'll take Anatolia here. Yeah, it looks like Turkey's moving in, Bulgaria's moving in. They're gonna snipe us, aren't they? They're gonna take freaking Istanbul before we can get there. Yep. Thanks, Germany. Thanks. Appreciate it, guys. Alright. Well, that's fine. We've made good enough landings. Let's go ahead and just ship everybody over here. Do. Okay, and I hate this, like, how it breaks your front lines with these little islands. It's really complicated. I don't know, I can never see where the heck the lines are so I can set the orders. But I think that'll be... I don't want you to do that, actually. Alright. That's better. Alright. Take you, boys. Assign to the Blue Army. Alright, I think we're going to break Izmir. Germany already took Istanbul. Lovely. Increase our supply here. You guys really need to expand out. All right, while we're doing that, we have a fork in the road kind of moment here. So we're definitely going to cap Turkey here pretty soon. So what do we want to do, chat? Do we want to go for Greater Turkey or Greater Italy, or do we want to go for Mare Nostrum? Now, keep in mind, if we go Mare Nostrum, we will have to... we'll leave the Axis, and we'll likely have to fight the Germans as well. Which is not necessarily terrible, but just keep that in mind. If we go Greater Italy, we'll stay in the Axis. We'll get some, claims on things for the peace conference. But it's already May of 41, so I think that ship's already sailed. I mean, even if we knock out the UK, America is going to join the war, take over the alliance. And I really don't want to sail to America to try to take out the US, because that would be just god-awful. So, yeah. Now, I got to think, if we do Mare Nostrum, I don't know if that means we instantly leave the Axis then, or not. Can create factions, Mare Nostrum. I think it might be actually worth us to do one thing first, and that is before the US or the UK get a war goal on Vichy France, let's swing through and attack Vichy France. They'll join the Axis, but since we're in the alliance, it won't really matter. And we'll take out Vichy France, secure all of Northern Africa, and the holdings we need, so if we do Mare Nostrum, we'll be in good shape. I'm thinking that's what we do. Unfortunately, I mean... yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. In the meantime, let's go ahead and grab... You know what, let's do military cooperation with the Germans, just to help with our doctrines. They're a little lax. Alright. Let's see what our research looks like. We're doing okay. We're a little behind on our industry, so we need to catch up on that. Freaking Bulgarians and the Germans just coming in here for an easy win to take some territory from us. It's upsetting. It's upsetting. That's okay. It's okay. There's plenty of territory for everybody. Let's try to get up here and grab the supply hubs and the victory points. If any of you have fought in Turkey before, you know that it's kind of a pain it is to have to try to cap them. What is it? We have another raid coming. Damn. All right. We need to... How are we losing the air war this badly? We have... Gonna have to redouble my my efforts for my fighter aircraft. All right, let's see if we can stop that raid in Bucharest because I don't want to lose my oil fields. Alright, break this Turkish light tank. Then I think we'll be in good shape down here in the south. So, for whatever reason... Has this ever happened to anyone? I'm moving to Turkey here, and it's instantly flipping to the German Reich, despite us being the only troops here. Do they have claims on... this region of Turkey? That's so weird. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Typical. That's why we can't have nice things. Excuse me. I mean, you can micro a little bit here, but honestly, our troops are superior to theirs in every measure. Let's see. Not really sure why we're still lacking on fighter aircraft. Guess it is still kind of early in the war. Alright, infiltration assault. This is great because this is going to reduce our supply consumption by 10%. This is huge. So, I think it plays pretty well with Italy. Okay. Do we want sea wolves? Do we want any of this stuff? Maybe. Let's go ahead and get the new industrialization program here and finally complete that. All right, we're moving through pretty well. Yeah, we're fighting a bunch of allied fighters here, Spitfires, Hawker Hurricanes, all that sort of thing. We have decent fighters. We don't have the numbers of the allies, of course. You know, I mean, you can't beat Britain in aircraft production as Italy. You just need to outgun them. Let's get dispersed industry going, and I think that'll be good. All right, let's get to Carmen here. And did we already take Batman? We did. Ha ha ha. All right. Yeah, Turkey's just about gone. Let's go down here and grab the last of the victory points. Or let's see. It looks like, yeah, Germany's taken some of the islands. They lost the Isle of Man. Naval invasion in the Middle East. We have port guards here. Should be fine. And then we need to swing through after we take out Turkey and destroy Cyprus here. Kind of forgot about that. Alright, we've taken Ankara. What do we want? Maybe... could get better radar. We do have a bonus to that. What the heck. We are putting radar on all of our naval vessels, so it's not a bad idea. Actually, how are those going? Okay, so December of 42 we'll have our first super battleship. Pin you guys in place. Alright, Finland is already dropped out of the war, as they do. Germany's just not doing all that well. It's July of 41, and yeah, they're not doing so well. We might have to help them out. Although, maybe not. If you go Mare Nostrum, we'll very likely leave the faction here sooner than later, and they'll be on their own anyway. Alright, just finish Turkey off here. They should die here pretty soon. It does bother me that this territory is instantly going over to the German Reich, but it is what it is. Turkey's gone. Yeah, Bulgaria took Istanbul. I guess they do that. It's why we can't have nice things. Okay, cool. So, looks like the Soviets are already moving in here. We might have to help out the Germans here pretty soon and move through the Caucasus. It'll help us out as well, seize those oil fields and move our way up to Stalingrad. Because the Germans are doing about as well as they typically do. In the meantime, let's go ahead and do some quick naval invasions on Cyprus here. And just have you guys move over here. Let me grab a light real quick. It's getting a little dark. Okay, that's a little better. All right. We'll do a naval invasion of Cyprus, and then I think we'll be pretty good there. Next up, I want to take out Vichy France, I think. So let's go ahead and move Ugo's army up to France here. And Sebastiano, no, you're good where you are. Let's move this guy's army over here. Yeah, Vichy France will probably join the Allies, but it's fine. I hope when they do the rework of the faction mechanic, they've been announced. They announced a little while ago that they change how certain nations join factions. Like, for instance, if I was to attack Vichy France, and it's likely they'll join the Allies, but you know they're a fascist country, so like the Allies would never allow them in. So I don't know. There's just things they could maybe address in that patch or that update. I don't know if it's going to be a DLC or what. And it looks like Japan's done the thing, so America's going to be joining the war here pretty soon. So that sucks for us. But at the very least, we can definitely take out the UK. What I need to probably do is start training up some more port guards. Because we're going to have to station troops all over Africa, and the Americans are going to keep sending wave after wave of troops. What do we want? We're still a little ahead of time on all this stuff. You know what? Let's go ahead and grab Marines. I don't know if we'll use them, but you know, they could be handy when we invade the UK. As for our political focus, let's go ahead down and grab the rest of the military stuff here. Alright, we'll go ahead and launch these guys, naval invasion support. Yeah, they really don't have anything left in here, and again, we already control the meds, so they're just starving. Cool, Cyprus is ours. Naval invasion of the Middle East. We still have port guards. I think we'll be alright. Cool. Set your boys back to strike force. After the war with Vichy France, I think I'll send my fleet up to France, and they can deal with the British Navy, what's left of it. Eventually we'll join Germany's war against the Soviet Union. Probably? Maybe? I don't know. Although a strengthened Germany is just more pain than it's worth if you go Mare Nostrum and try to form Rome. Let's get a fleet submarine queued up in our research. Fleet submarines are pretty cool. Let's get advanced periscopes. Should be able to push these Australians out. Alright, let's redirect Alfa Romeo here. Get some more mills and just a decrease to trucks and mechs. We are starting to produce a little bit of mech, but we're lacking on steel a lot, so I don't know if we'll ever use mech, but could be fun. Get some better radios, and I think we're pretty much in place here. Let's check out our Air Force. Let's go ahead and just direct these guys over here. Alright, we're going to go in on France. It'll only take 10 days to get a war goal on Corsica, but it's already October 41. I'm worried about the British or the Americans get a war goal on Vichy and calling them in, and I don't want that to happen. Alright, Blue Army, I want you boys to just kind of hang out here. Okay, war goal on Corsica is ready. Alright, we're going to attack Vichy France. They're not in a faction, but... anyways, they're a puppet of Germany, but the Germans won't get called in, so it's just free real estate. Yep, Vichy France joined the Allies, as you expect. Well, much must be sacrificed for the glory of Rome. Yeah, I'm not just point and click at this point. I mean, we have a lot of Air Force, and honestly, our troops are pretty decent. Oh, we found the French Navy. What's left of it? It's going to the bottom of the bed currently. 34 destroyers, 39. Oh my. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Oh boy. I'd say our Italian Navy is it's doing okay here. They lost 5 light cruisers, 43 destroyers, 2 battleships, including the pride of the Vichy French Navy, 2 heavy cruisers, and a sub. The klaxon of naval invasions. Yep. Good thing I put a port guard there. All right. We're doing all right on research. I don't know if we really need much. Frankly, I don't really dabble with like nuclear mechanics or anything like that. I think we'll just beat the Allies the old-fashioned way. Let's get some better oil tech. All right. Yeah, because right now, I mean, the British Navy only has 60 to 90 ships in it. They have 1 carrier left, 30 to 50 destroyers. I mean, they've lost all their screening ships to us. They started close to 500 vessels when the game starts. Can we take Corsica? It is Italian territory. The United States has called Vichy France as our enemy. Of course they have. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and give him a little assistance here. All right. The Mountaineers have taken Corsica. So once we take Algiers, we should cap them. I totally forgot about Syria, that they were a puppet of Vichy France. It's a good thing the Germans took care of that for us. Not quite yet. The Lebanese Republic, they're about to die. Oh my, we have a little bit of a problem here. Let's go ahead and Blue Army, I need you boys to come down here and sort this out. We're getting naval invaded everywhere. Lovely stuff. You'd love to see it. Alright, we're going to have to wait for Blue Army to knock these guys out, and then we'll swing them back through to Egypt here. Get some better rubber processing. You never have too much rubber processing. Seems like the war in North Africa is going well. We've sunk some more French ships. The problem is we need to grab these ports as quickly as we can because the Americans are starting to flood in as they do. Vichy France has tipped over. Alright, so that's good. Basra is about to be held. Yeah, we just keep dealing with France up here. Okay. We've almost taken everything we need in continental Europe here. Just the last holdouts. At least with the bed being closed, they can't easily bring in reinforcements, and I mean they can go in through Casablanca. So, but we're going to be able to shut that eventually here. All right. Let's go ahead and send you boys to... Where do we want to send you? Could target Franco. And... just opens up more ports, though, for naval invasion. Alright, do we want to increase production or keep specialization? Yeah, let's increase production. We're pretty far behind on fighters. Yeah, we'll send the second army down here. Alright, so Blue Army, you're good. Let's go ahead and close this pocket. Alright, our extra port guards are almost done training, then we'll deploy those. Alright. I think we secured the supply hub down here, so that's good. We do need to plug in our rail line. Yeah, we'll do that. That'll be fine. Alright, we'll plug that in. Let's go ahead and check out Sky $1 billion. Afraid I don't understand the reference, but I like the enthusiasm. Okay, we're making pretty good inroads here. Okay, we've cleaned up that pocket. Alright, these guys don't have supplies, so we'll just push them out of here. Yeah, Gabriel, thank you. Yeah, I guess I am more successful than Benito, but hey, that was a pretty low bar, right? I mean, Benito was a pretty bad leader, but yeah. It's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. I'm thinking maybe we might try to form Rome, but we'll see where it goes. I might have to save the Germans against the Soviet Union, which is a pain and a half. I'm going to have to go over here, and the British really don't have a fleet anymore, so I think we can probably naval invade them at this point, but I need to push the Americans and the Brits out of North Africa here. This is becoming a little bit more of a struggle than I thought it would be. It's everybody and their mothers here. Just need more air power, probably. I would love to train these aircraft first because they're going to take some pretty bad attrition, but we just need them, honestly. Alright, we did take the port at Oran, so these guys are definitely screwed. They have no supplies, so we'll crush them. And I'm hoping with the extra aircraft, we'll be able to push over here. Most things could be sorted out with the careful application of more CAS. Alright, I think our port guards are done here. Let's go ahead and get these guys assigned. Where do we want to put them? I think we have all the ports guarded that we need to worry about currently, but we're going to have a lot more ports here pretty soon. Once we take Vichy France out. Yeah, Vichy France. What a pain they are. What a pain. It's really a pain too when you're playing as Italy and you do well against France, and if you take Savoy but you don't get Corsica or Tunisia or some other kind of combination of that, in the focus tree there isn't an option to ask the Vichy French or the Germans for that territory. Like, I mean, there is in the focus tree, but it'll right here, request control of French territories. If you take any of those territories, it bypasses this and you're not able to use it, which is a real pain. Then you have to do this. Then you have to have the scenario where Vichy France joins the Allies. Imperial State of Iran has joined the Axis. Okay, so great. Yeah, so I think the British are going in on that. Fantastic. It looks like they've landed more troops. All right, Blue Army, go ahead and take care of these British troops, and then we're going to send them over to Iraq to help out Iran. All right. We've got some research that needs doing. Let's get some better guns. And yeah, just better guns overall. Okay. Great. Blue Army, you guys are needed over here. Navy's still out there hunting things, though there really isn't any opposition in the Med anymore. Okay, the thermojet research is complete. We get a bonus to jet aircraft, which is pretty cool. Yeah, let's just ask Spain for the islands, why not? We're going to take it anyway. Yeah, the problem is then you have 1 million Americans and British that just flood in through here. But if we can grab this airfield, I think it'll turn. Easier said than done. Yeah, they just keep getting reinforcements, and they've got a bunch of tanks. Oh, the Germans took Kyiv. Finally. All right, we finished our fleet and bean focus. Let me see. Damn, they've got so many troops. Just, it's insane. The Levant and Egypt. Lovely. Just the constant. All right, I think what needs to happen here. I should have done this a little while ago. We're going to take our submarines that we have, and we are going to... Let's do convoy raiding out in the Red Sea here. And Blue Army, I need you guys back. Because, of course I do. If we could just break this base, that would be great. See if we could just force our way in. What's new? I left for like 20 minutes. Well, quite a bit, actually. We're about to take all of North Africa. We attacked Vichy France. Unfortunately, Vichy France, as they do, they join the Allies, so it is what it is. But we're about to knock them out and destroy all these American and British units here. And then I'm thinking what we need to do is a naval invasion of the UK, because they keep naval invading us, and it's becoming a real problem. It's just unending naval invasions. I mean, we're destroying all of their forces almost immediately after they land, but it is really becoming tiresome. I mean, these guys don't have any supply, but still, it's just they're just throwing units away like mad. And I mean, you can see, like, look at the supply of these guys. The average strength bars, it's 36%. They have no equipment. The Germans have also went to war against the Soviet Union. They were doing fairly badly, but they just took Kyiv, so they might be turning it around. I don't know. Britain has gone to war against Iran as well, and it looks like the Germans are stupidly sending some troops down here to help them out. We might have to help them out. I don't know. Every time I feel okay to move Blue Army out of Egypt, we get naval invaded again by more Marines. But I have the subfleet out here raiding now, so it's starting to help. Okay, cool. Just have you guys stay up here in Egypt. How's things going here? We've almost closed the pockets. We've taken Casablanca. I don't think they have any supply down here now. They have no ports. So we'll just push through here. All right, let's go ahead and... So, what do we want? You know what? We're going to hold off. We're going to grab Mare Nostrum next, but I think I'm going to hold off until I finish off Vichy France here, because I don't know if that knocks us out of the Axis. It probably does, but I can't not recall. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of troops here destroyed, so that works for us. That's what we do it for. Gotta close the pockets. It's about 40 divisions there we just wiped out. Alright, we need to garrison like mad. All right. There we go. We secured North Africa completely. And it's currently, if we leave nationalist Spain alone for a little while longer, at least they're a buffer against France for us. I think at this point, let's go ahead and grab Mare Nostrum. And let's see if we can maybe pull off a cheeky naval invasion of the UK. Because they are starting to piss me off. They keep naval invading me in Egypt. And to that end, now I am wondering, do we want to try to do that before we hit Mare Nostrum? Because I don't want to leave the Axis, because I need access to France, German territory in France, so that I can launch that naval invasion. Does Mare Nostrum knock you out of the Axis? It's a little... I think it might, actually. You can create factions, and I know you get a Mare Nostrum faction, but it's a little unclear to me. I can't recall. It's been a while since I fought in Rome. Alright. Instead, let's go ahead and find something else we want to spend our time with here. Let's get some better torpedo manufacturing. All right, we'll get these guys trained up. We'll have some air fighters, air support rather, over Casablanca. We should be good to go. As long as they don't invade with everybody. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can maybe try to knock the British around a little bit. I'm going to send my fleet up to Brest. And let's go ahead and build some coastal forts here at Casablanca. I think that'll be a good idea. Now we are building mech. I don't know. Do I want to? I mean, why not? I mean, we could build some mech. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. All right, this is a very crappy budget mech division that we'll start out with until we can get some more XP, and then we'll change this around. I want to add, like, try to bring these guys up to, like, 30 width or something. New division. I don't know. Something silly. Roman hammer. All right. We'll queue up a few of those. And we're out of manpower, surprisingly. Interesting. We can change some of our occupation laws in Africa to... Where is it? Here we are. To colonial police. just a little bit cheaper. We can save on manpower and guns, so I think we'll do that. Sudan. I might have to go up to a conscription level. I don't want to, but it is what it is. I believe there's also another focus in our focus tree that we haven't done yet that can expand the army. Okay. Get the better guns going. Yeah, it looks like the Germans are doing reasonably well. They've taken Baku. Let's grab anti-tank. Okay, our fleet is up in Brest here, so let's go ahead and see if we can start to project some naval supremacy. I wonder how defended the UK is. Let's put it that way. We just need a port, honestly, but I don't know. There's probably everybody and their mother in the UK currently. Iran's doing reasonably well against the Raj. I mean, obviously with German assistance, but damn. They might actually drop the, or knock the Raj out of the war. That's amazing. I forgot that Vichy France has Somaliland here. That's okay. Alright, let's go ahead and queue up some more factories here. And I'm thinking, I don't want to do this, but we're going to go up to service by requirement, at least initially. It's all the garrisons, honestly, that's eating us up. It's definitely going to hurt our economy, but I think I can go through with the focus tree here and change that. I think there's an option down here for more manpower. There's assault battalions that we can get, which is fine. But I want to say... No, this is... If we strengthen the black shirts, that doesn't really help us. What about... Okay, here we are. Yeah, if we go all the way down to the end of the focus tree, here we get plus 10% non-core manpower. Okay. I think I'd like to do the assault battalions. Sometimes I add these guys onto our base infantry, and it can be pretty handy. Yeah, Germany is just getting absolutely demolished with all the bombing. Another dangerous naval invasion. Yeah, it looks like we're catching them, though. If our subs are going to sink their convoys. Some American Marines landing. Shouldn't you guys be over in the Pacific? Japan is not doing very well. Not very well at all. Yeah, I'm a little worried about this. What the hell? We're going to try it. We're going to try to naval invade. Alright, send our fighters up for some support. Switch our fleet to naval invasion support. And go. What's the worst that could happen? Okay, we have main landings. Let's go ahead and assist these guys try to take Portsmouth. We need that port. They just instantly reinforce. They have so many troops here. Instantly overrun. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't think that's gonna work. I think we might need to get some Marines. You boys come back. Yeah, that is not going to work. This completely overrun. As soon as they make landings, I mean, they've got like between 10 to 20 divisions on each port tile. We're not going to break that. That's the problem with waiting so long, is they have all the troops in the world, all in the UK here. They don't have anywhere else to send them to, so they just hang out here, and it's a nightmare to invade. Yeah, they keep naval invading here. Real pain in the ass. Let's go ahead and see if we can deal with that. Go ahead and less stand. Yeah. Just a casual, like, 15 divisions invading us. No big deal. Alright, let's do strike. Deal with these Americans. They're gonna take that port. There's nothing I can do about it. My God. Let's see. 8, 9... Yeah, like 20 divisions attacking us in Africa here. Amazing. Follow Baku. About time. Why are we going the long way? For the love of God. Go across the damn ocean. They're gonna take the damn port. I mean, it's like 20 divisions here. Obviously, they're going to take the port. Amazing. Never gets tiresome. Okay. Send you guys to here. Why on earth you didn't just go across the damn ocean instead of walking through Egypt, but, you know, you do you. Ooh, seems we caught the British here. Destroyed some more ships, 21 destroyers, light cruiser, battleship, subs. Not too bad, not too bad. Of course, they have supply, and they have the air base now. It's just so tiresome. Just pushed out, destroyed 40 American divisions, but here they are to lose another 40 divisions. What a pain in the butt. Alright, send our mountaineers here. They'll help sort these out. Alright, let's get some better artillery going. What do we want? I guess we could get experimental rockets. Get a bonus to that. Why not? I mean, what's happening here? That's... What's happening there? Strange. Guys, you're gonna get encircled. My God, it's just so many units flooding in here. Okay, we got fleet submarines. Alright, we're starting to push them back slowly. We just have a lot more CAS. But it is a pain. Might need to leave an army out here on the western side of Africa, just because just assume the Americans are going to keep sending wave after wave. Alright, we're going to take that air base back, so that's good. Strengthen the Air Force and pass the defense. Alright. Cool. Let's get some better mech. We are starting to build mech now. I think we're going to actually need them, surprisingly. Not if, but when you're going to be naval invaded by the Allies. Wave after wave after wave. And they have endless amounts of troops they just waste. Try to take Casablanca again. Our mountaineers, though, are doing the heavy lifting. Alright. Oh, yes. Excellent. Destroy these guys. They're trapped.
Ordini. Attento. Pronto all'azione.
Excellent, excellent. All right. More dealt with. What are we looking at right now? $127K, that doesn't seem right. What about 1.7K, 1.7 million rather? Yeah, we've caused 1.2 million casualties on the Americans. 2 million, 1.3 of that is from us. Damn, not bad. All right. I hate to leave a whole army down here, but for the love of God, I'm tired of being naval invaded. I'm just gonna have to recruit more troops. It's just how it is. All right, we've got a breakthrough for jet engines, so let's go ahead and get that going. It's 700 days. It's not even really worth it at this point. Air Force has been strengthened. Excuse me. All right. Maybe we try our hand at naval invading the UK again. I don't know. Such a pain. The fall of Moscow. Well, I'll be damned. I guess the Germans are actually starting to pull it off. All right, all right, all right. Cool. We're still in this game. Move you guys up to Brest here so we can actually get some naval projection up here. Iran's doing decently well. Wow. Not too bad, guys. Not too bad. Oh, great. Okay, cool. Our mech's ready. So as it is. It's not the greatest mech, but it will serve a function. All right, let's give it to Messe. Okay, 1.5 million. Let's go ahead and ease up on our conscription. I guess we can go down here. Let's just finish out our industry tree. Needed at this point. Okay. I'm scared. We need to naval invade the UK, but for the love of God, they're not making it easy. I hate to use my Mountaineers for this, but our Marine template is crap, so I'm thinking that's what we need to do. Alright, I'm going to try this one more time, and then we're going to grab Mare Nostrum after that. We could get Portugal to join. Yeah, what the heck. I don't know what value that is, honestly, but... British Malay is gone. Excellent. Yeah, wow. Things are starting to turn. All of a sudden. We still have aerial supremacy, so that's great. Let's trade up some fighters here. I want to see if we can get some aerial supremacy over southern England. Let these guys train up so they do a little bit better in combat.
Ordini.
Ireland join the Allies. Oh god. Oh god, guys. Ireland's in the war. Alright. Portugal. Portugal has joined the Axis. Well, there you go. What else do we want? Let's grab army leaders. Should have grabbed that a long time ago. Better mountaineers. Good enough. All right. All right, let's go ahead and set these boys on naval invasion support. And we'll see if we can make some landings. Round 2. Decent amount. We can always try to force our way into with... although we might actually do it. Oh, look at that. It's glorious. Glorious!
Pronto, signore.
Okay. I think we can probably send the main army over. Although, I say that now. And they're going to try to reinforce me miss out of the port or something.
Pronto, signore.
Let's try to make some pushes if we can here.
Si, signore.
Blue Army, are you... You're not currently engaged in anything. Let's go ahead and send you guys up here as well.
Pronto.
Just try to get maximum supply. Ah, God, they've sent all the planes from all over the world. 2,500 fighters. We're exchanging decently well in the air war, but my God. I do have the British ciphers broken, so let's go ahead and use those. Okay. Alright, we did take that air base. That'll make things a little bit easier. We're still just... Holy cow. There's so many planes here. Jesus. Slow things down a little bit. Alright, we're gonna secure another port. That's good for supply. Just kind of ensures, hopefully we don't get knocked out of here. My God. So many planes. We're knocking them out of the sky pretty damn quick, but it's just so many. Let's see, can we... I hate to overload the airbase. Now, if we can get over here to Plymouth, we can cut this neck right here in Western England, Southwest England. All right. Let's get down and see if we can help these guys out. It is a fight. Give you that. Post DLC, it's a lot more difficult to invade the British Isles, but you know, that's good. It should be tough. How's the air war? We're still very, very, very red. Oh my God. How is our air defense so bad? I don't understand. Need to adjust our template. Oh, you know what I forgot? I was such an idiot. Such an idiot. I should have put self-sealing fuel tanks on here. Damn. Okay. That's okay. Mistakes were made. That's gonna fix that, but it's not gonna help us any bit right now, but yeah, it is what it is. Oh, we took a naval facility. Oh, cool. Oh, we'll definitely use that. Alright, Messe. Where do we want you? Try to move your way up to Liverpool. Yeah, I'd love to be able to push, but we just, they have such an advantage in the air. Might take Bristol, though. Yeah, okay, great. If we can grab some more of these air bases, that would be ideal. Just try to deny them more air. Can we push up there? It's becoming more and more difficult, isn't it? Yeah, they're just constantly attacked. There's so many allies here.
Ordini. Avanzate. Attento. Avanzate.
No, no.
Avanti. Attento. Non fermatevi.
At least we have the fleet here to provide some kind of arterial support.
Comandi. Formazione.
Great. Okay, we took South London. So that's handy.
Avanza. Ripiegate.
Okay, we're getting absolutely chewed up in the air. 6,000 fighters. Holy God. I don't even know if it's worth it. 6,000 fighters. You can't outproduce the Allies, particularly at this point in the war.
Avanti. Ordini.
Who else can we call?
Pronto all'azione. Ordini.
6,000. Yeah. Yeah. 6,000 fighters. I mean, we have decent planes, but my God. 6,578 fighters over southern England. Our 1,300 planes that we have left are still holding our own pretty well, but my God. Let's see if we can take this other air base. I don't know if there's any French here, but we'll use that cipher as well. Pretty sure all of my spies got captured, but it's a little late to put in another network here, but we'll do it. If we could split the neck here, that would be great. Damn, these guys are all being reinforced, memed out. All right, we're about.
Ordini.
It's very difficult to push under that extreme level of air.
Andiamo.
It's near impossible. Now, if we can split it, the neck over here north of London, we might be able to entrap these guys. Oh no.
Sì, signore.
I could do a field marshal order, but I don't know. Honestly, at this point, I don't think it's going to really matter. I mean, when you have, granted, we've shot down a lot of planes, but we're not winning the air war currently. But I'm open to it. I'm open to it. I don't really like field marshal orders, but I will certainly give it a shot. But, you know, it's really hard to push when you got 6,000 aircraft overhead.
Ordini.
Yes, I understand, big boy. I know how to play the game. Got about 5,000 hours on here. We're gonna take a break once we secure north of London.
Pronto, signore.
Close the pocket here in London. Well, Germans took Leningrad.
Pronto all'azione. Sì, signore. Vi aspettiamo, signor. Pronto, signore.
Where are we being naval invaded? Northern France, Middle East. Don't see anything. A little short on anti-air, but it's alright. The fall of London. All right, great. It's honest work though. It's small encirclement, but it's honest work. Yeah, you guys can keep pushing all you want. Doesn't really matter. How are we doing on the air war? Not well. Not well. We're losing so many damn planes. I'm actually going to go ahead and ground these. They are pretty disorganized. I'll give you that. We could try to make a push for it, but that air cover is pretty nasty. But I'm open to it. I'm open to it. Our stockpiles are reasonable. We're pretty far behind on anti-air now. But I'm open to it. All right. You know what? You know, this is for all the chips. I'll go with that. Let's go in. You might have... big boy, you might be right here. Yeah, the org's pretty low on most of these troops. And even their supplies are taking a hit after this many years of war. I'm gonna throw those planes back up, even though they're just getting shredded. What's left of our fleet? We take some more of their air bases, it won't really matter. Okay, I've grabbed the other airbase here. Whittling them down. Losing their ability to project. All right, we're gonna take Birmingham.
Formazione. Ripiegate.
Yeah. Yeah, the Germans only have to tangle with the Soviet Union. We're tangling with all of the other Allied powers. How big is the British Army here? 2 million. Lovely. 318 divisions. We have 175. Lean and mean.
Pronto, signore. Formazione.
Okay. Oh, cool. How the hell did Syria come back? Am I missing something? We control Iraq still, or is in the Axis rather. Where did they? We closed the Med off. How did they get troops in there to liberate anything? Strange. Well, whatever. I don't want to do Mare Nostrum just yet. I'm not ready to leave the Axis just yet.
Continuate l'attacco. Pronto, signore.
Okay, good. All right, great. We're taking Birmingham. Advanced radio's done. I don't really need anything else. I might as well just get the better airframes.
Avanti. Formazione.
Entire British Army is here.
Prendete la mira. Preparatevi. Continuate l'attacco. Pronto all'azione. Continuate l'attacco. Forza, forza. Continuate l'attacco! Avanzate! Sì, signore!
Slowly making our way through Wales. We take Cardiff.
Attento!
I think it'll be another ball game here.
Prendete la mira! Ritiratevi! Formazione!
Okay, taking Cardiff.
Pronto all'azione!
We're not going to push 18 divisions.
Attento! Ordini!
Just keep pushing them while their orcs down. We're not going to push 18 divisions, though. We might be able to move through here.
Andiamo! Avanzate! Ripiegate!
Damn. So many divisions. Okay. Might be able to make a little something here.
Sì, signore!
It's been a long, bloody fight, but we've taken Manchester.
Pronto all'azione!
25 divisions on that one tile. My God.
Sì, signore!
Alright. Honest work. Excellent. Look at that. Decent little entrapment right there. Over about 60 divisions.
Continuate l'attacco!
Yeah, they have 1 million left. They had 2 million man army when we invaded. Liverpool's gone.
Pronto, signore! Pronto all'azione! Attento! Fuoco nemico!
About to take Hull. Yeah. Try to move up to Newcastle, and they should tip over, I think. And just like that, the United Kingdom is no more. Finally, finally. Boy, what a troublesome faction. All right, so they only have 62 ships. The rest that ships they had are at the bottom of the Mediterranean, sunk by the glorious Italian Navy, and the home isles now in our control. I need to deal with Ireland too, but it is what it is. Okay, let's go ahead and finally come down here and choose Mare Nostrum. Okay, we need the Isle of Man, and we're also going to need to naval invade Belfast. See if we can break it. I don't know what kind of troops they have left out there. Can always switch these Mountaineers over to Marines, but honestly, I mean, these Mountaineers are badass.
Formazione.
We do need to recruit some more troops, though. See if we can try to recoup our air losses, which were extreme. Our submarines are doing good work out here. Keep getting klaxons for naval invasions, but I'm not seeing any. About another 5 more days, and we'll kind of deal with this. Okay, let's do a little naval invasion support and see if we can get these guys to head off. Yeah, I should take the Isle of Man. Alright. Axis, allies. Okay, cool. I thought, for instance, would we hit Mare Nostrum, that would instantly move us over to our new faction, but that's not yet. I think it's this here. Yeah, Imperium Romanum. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and grab new Roman citizens first to get us kicked off. Dude, I don't think we need anything. You know, I've never done the ice aircraft carrier research, but it's 1,400 days. My God, what's the point? Air independent propulsion could be kind of cool. Universal engines for our jets. Yeah, we've landed in Belfast.
Ordini.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Let's go ahead and end this thing.
Attento.
They're gonna try to reinforce Mimas out of here, aren't they?
Avanzate.
Might just be able to break him, though. There we go. Okay, great.
Comandi. Ordini.
Duchy Cindies have capitulated. Damn, Iran is going ham on the British Raj. Look at that.
Sì, signore. Formazione.
All right.
Pronto all'azione.
Better defend our ports here or we're going to lose some territory. All right. That is the British Isles dealt with. Why don't we go ahead and form our own faction now?
Pronto all'azione.
And I think I'll send you boys home.
Attento. Sì, signore.
I should have gotten the total mob a while ago, but honestly, I don't really care. We got plenty of factories. Alright. What are we lacking? Yeah, we need more fighters. We need more CAS.
Ordini. Sì, signore.
Don't care about that, Mussolini. Don't care. Okay, let's get some better mech. Alright, let's redesign our mech to be a little bit more effective. $36, not that great. 30 West, 45 Org, not that great either. Good enough. Okay. All right. So currently, we're in the process of forming our own faction, which is gonna upset the Germans, but that is what it is. We are recruiting more troops like crazy. Let's move the blue army around a little bit. Good enough. Just assume we'll be going to war here sooner than later. Okay, we have left the Axis. We are now in the Imperium Romanum, which works just fine for us. What about the Germans? Yeah, they don't much care for us, do they? That's okay. We're going to take them out here pretty soon. Going to take a quick bathroom break, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All right. Okay. So we've left the Axis. Now we have the Imperium Romanum, and I need to recruit troops like mad. We've got to take out the Germans here eventually. I guess we don't have to, but, you know, I think it's easier that way. Oh, okay. Very good. I was about to get a war goal on National Spain, but they joined our faction anyway. Cool. Why not? Yep, everything's fine. We're all friends here. Don't worry about me. Okay, what do we want? I guess we can get a rocket interceptor. Might as well. Just getting my troops in position for the inevitable war against the Reich. Not if, but when. Looks like they might just be able to pull it off and take out the Russians. So they've been at it for 3 years. They haven't even taken Stalingrad yet. What kind of casualties have they taken? Basically 7.5 million casualties. 8 million for the Soviets, but they can take it. They've lost a lot of troops though. 67 to 348 divisions. What the hell happened to your forces, Stalin? Why not? We'll build a nuclear facility just for the beams. Well, looks like we're pretty well defended. Let's go flexible line. That works good. Get Italian legions, and I don't know, we can work our way down and get all roads lead to Rome. Gets our war goals against the Reich, Switzerland, and the Kingdom of Hungary. Strength of the Air Force. Excellent. It's good because we lost a lot of Air Force fighting the British. Demands Transylvania, or else what? Yeah, that's what I thought. I wonder if this is really worth it. Those assault battalions, if that's even really worth it. It gives us extra soft attack, a little bit of hard attack, sub breakthrough, but we do take a little bit of an org hit. Yeah, it might actually be worth it. Can we afford it? We can. Why not? I could see something... Okay, yeah, the one things happened. So Hungary declared war on us for Transylvania, so they're going to probably pull in the Germans, which is hilarious.
Si, signore.
Absolutely hilarious. Okay, let's... Oh, my 2 heavy battleships are complete. I wasn't even paying attention. Free State of Slovakia. That's hilarious. I got a non-aggression pact with Germany just for the hell of it. We'll destroy Hungary and we'll go from there. I mean, which army is which? Yeah, Germany will probably break it, but that's fine. I just need a little bit more time to prepare. They have no troops on their borders. I don't. Why would you declare war on me? You idiots. You damn fools, you. National South Africa has joined the Kingdom of Hungary as our enemy. There's a National South Africa? Weird. Where'd you guys come from? Okay. Alright, so, yeah, the Hungarians were pretty stupid. Decided to declare war on us, and, yeah, that's it's working out for them pretty well. Haven't called the Germans in. In fact, we got a non-aggression pact with them, so... I don't know, it's free real estate, I think. Okay, Italian legions are done. Gives us more division speed and defense and core territory. Let's go ahead and pick up our auxiliaries as well, since we do have quite a few militia units still. Oh, Okay, well, the main event is here. So we're at war with everybody. So we're at war with the Reich, we're at war with everybody. Fantastic. So we're just gonna have to hold the line. Hold the line. We might have an opportunity here. We're a little light on forces, but we might have an opportunity.
Signore. Pronto, signore.
Are we not at war? I don't understand. Did legionary Bulgaria join the war? No, not yet. Interesting. But we have this little pocket of nonsense right here. Yeah, they're going to be flooding in, aren't they? Nonsense. Nonsense. Just pull these guys in. We need to clear up the pocket. Jesus, where? We've got so many armies. I did not really want a war with the Reich, but here we are. Guess it was my own foolishness. Yeah, they just have so many troops, and we're gonna get, like, absolutely pulled in many different directions here. And this territory is flipping to the Soviet Union for some reason. Cool. Oh, Germany. I may have bit off more than I can chew, but we'll see. Things kind of going tits up at the moment. Just need more troops is what we need. Jesus, enough of the damn... Alright. Okay, give to Messe, that's fine. Okay. Need you boys here. No, I want... Fine, we're gonna take everybody. Give them... Check. Of course, because Hungary wanted Transylvania. That's why all of this started. Nothing like being at war with the Axis and the Allies. All good things will happen. Jesus, there's just... Now they've got so much air too. Oh. Well, this has gone kind of tits up, actually. I didn't think Hungary would declare war on us, actually, for Transylvania, but they did, and they pulled the entire Axis into a war against us for that. While also still being at war with the Allies, so that's great. Yeah. We were doing pretty good until then. We've taken out the UK, taken the Med, of course, locked it off. We had all of Turkey and the Levant, and we were doing decent. I think if I had more time to have prepared more troops before that had fired off, I think we had been in better shape. I mean, honestly, if I could get another 2 or 3 more army stacks out, I wouldn't be getting pushed anywhere, frankly. But we just don't have the troops on the line, unfortunately. But you know, it is what it is. So I'm getting naval invaded by the Allies and attacked on 3 fronts by the Axis. So you know, good times. And our air fleet is a little lacking. We lost a tremendous amount of planes to the United Kingdom invading them. So. And their 2 million man army that was defending the British Isles. So, yeah, we've taken some licks for sure. I think this is probably savable for sure. But I don't know. We're coming up on 3 hours, and I've been streaming for a little while, and a little tired. I think we might call today's stream. But let me know in the comments if you guys want me to see if I can save this. It totally can be, I believe, but I don't know if I want to spend any more energy on this particular scenario. Maybe interested in maybe doing a playthrough of, I don't know, like a Soviet Union or a Japanese playthrough next time, something like that. Also, I was thinking of streaming some other non-HOI content in the future. The new RoboCop game came out, or I guess it's the expansion to the RoboCop game from a couple years ago, which is awesome. And I was thinking of maybe doing a live stream of that. So let me know if there'd be something you'd be interested in seeing. Anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed my suffering a little bit today. I thought it'd just be kind of fun to hop on here and have a little bit of a fun Italy game. And it was fun for a good 2 hours or so. But, you know, it's late game HOI, and you know how that is. If you know, you know. Anyway, I hope you guys have an awesome day. I've been Greg the Gamer. Hey, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm going to be doing more live streams in the future. And I've been uploading HOI content fairly frequently. It might slow down a little bit. I just became a father, and so the constraints of my time is a little bit extreme at the moment, particularly lack of sleep is one thing. Working on about 2 or 3 hours of sleep is difficult, so particularly when you played HOI. So anyways, long story short, I'll try to upload content as quickly as I can, but anyways, we've got a good little community, so we'd love to have you join us and everything. But cool. You guys have an awesome Saturday, and stay safe out there. I'll be back very soon. Take care, everybody. Mm-hmm.